All right, Free Radicals, welcome back. My name is Dave, and this is The Radical Independent. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking the videos. And again, thanks for donating over at PayPal, David J. Spurrier at gmx.com. This video, again, I'm going to go a little bit off where I normally go because this is part of what we're up against when it comes to conditioning. We talk a lot about rigging, conditioning. They're a little bit different. They're basically maybe two sides of the same coin. But people watching late night television, I think this is from Jimmy Kimmel, the Jimmy Kimmel show. And we got brilliant Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete, who can't even manage his own city, has been accused of all kinds of things like, gentrification, for instance. Number one, did an entire campaign of platitudes. An entire campaign of platitudes. And then got tapped on the shoulder by somebody in, you want to call it the deep state or the national security state or the status quo state. It's probably what it should be called, the status quo state. Tapped him on the shoulder. Hey, Pete, you're done. You're done. We know you did good in the first two states, but you're all done. You got no path. And please fall in line. So let's listen to this clip, and then obviously I'm gonna go crazy after that. Well, not crazy, but I'm gonna have a few words for Little Mayor Pete here.
What can I say? Some candidates know when it's time to get out of the race, and some candidates are Tulsi Gabbard.
And they use footage to kind of make it sound like, boy, is he really funny? Isn't this provocative humor? There are so many different things I can say about this clip. Number one, all right, if she's not a threat to anything, right? She's not a threat to anybody, why bring it up? Because you know what you're doing? You're basically actually helping Tulsi Gabbard out by talking about her. Really? She's still in the race? Because the news media is not talking about her. So how would this joke work based on the idea that most people don't know she's still running, right? Because this same network just says Biden, Sanders, and mostly Biden, and nothing about Tulsi. They don't, and the fact that he even mentions Tulsi Gabbard kind of plays into what Tulsi's doing right now. Is, oh yeah, you're going to talk about me. You just did. It was a major put down because, Mayor Pete, he knew when to get out. No, Mayor Pete was told to get out. If you start telling Tulsi what to do, she's going to tell you, no, I'm not doing what you want me to do. I'm doing what... Look, people are still sending Tulsi Gabbard money. And she's still doing well. She went on the other day to talk about every single fundraising goal that they've had at the Tulsi Gabbard campaign they've reached. Which tells me that there's still quite a bit of enthusiasm there for somebody who's not part of the national security team, like Little Mayor Pete here, who gentrifies his own city, who does, basic segregation. You people over here, this blight over here, we're going to continue it as it is. But downtown, we're going to make sure all of the people that are going to go and visit the art galleries, those people are going to be, well taken care of. And they're not going to have to look at this over here. They're going to just see the beauty of downtown South Bend. South Bend, yeah. What does this really tell us? It continues to tell us what we've been hearing since Tulsi Gabbard declared her candidacy. And that is, she's a joke. The people who believe in peace have been marginalized to a point where even though we're still speaking, we're speaking with our wallets, by the way, to keep her in this race. We've been donating to her campaign. And all, by the way, all organic fundraising, Little Pete. None of your corporate stooges who came forward to finance you. None of those. I mean, were you really just this enthusiastic candidate? No. You were picked to be an alternative to Biden and Bloomberg and whoever else, Amy, in case all three of them couldn't get the job done. You were out there just in case. That's why you had meetings with people who managed Hillary Clinton's debacle last time around, basically strategizing on ways to get rid of both Bernie and Tulsi. And I'm wondering if Mayor Pete is just here auditioning for his new anchor position over at ABC News. I mean, George Stephanopoulos getting a little longer in the tooth, and he came up the same way. You know, Mayor Pete, obviously a candidate. Steffi used to be the spokesperson, I think, for Clinton. I can't remember what position he held with Clinton. But then, of course, made the natural transition from being a neoliberal to a news person, a neoliberal news person. So Mayor Pete, I think he's basically auditioning for a job here. He's trying out his teleprompter humor here. They've got a little video clip mixed in to make it seem like this is the funniest thing you could ever say. Folks, this is a joke. This is why our country is in so much trouble right now. Because we can't have honest conversations. You know, why not have Tulsi Gabbard on somewhere so she can talk about why she's still in the race? You don't want to do that, though. But the mere mention that she's still around plays into her strategy. All right, so again, like I said in another video, not all publicity is bad. It's not all bad. In fact, even though this is, you know, supposedly the funniest joke on late night TV last night or whenever this aired, it ain't all that funny. It's not all that funny when you boil it down and you're going after a military veteran, and you're a military veteran yourself, Pete, and then you're going to go after a fellow combat veteran who, you know, first woman of color combat veteran to run for president. And this is all you got for late night humor. This is as good as you can muster here. It's surprising that you just didn't do, you know, coronavirus humor all night or some other ridiculous way to get the zombies to laugh at you. But I don't watch these shows, and most Americans don't stay up at night watching this late night lunacy with these celebrities that you can't relate to and entertainers that don't entertain all that much, and these wannabe Johnny Carsons who, again, couldn't carry his worn-out tennis shoes, all right, as far as their ability to emulate what used to be late-night comedy. And by the way, and it was used to be very apolitical in those days. It was just about, you know, making fun of people, but not to this degree. Not to this degree where somebody is running for president and has a serious candidacy still in progress, and this is supposed to be cutting-edge humor. Just another way, you know, just another back-ended way to you know, make Tulsi out to be some lunatic, and she's not. She's staying in because, number one, nobody's talking about these issues, all right? Again, if Bernie was talking about these issues, Jimmy Dore said this, if Bernie was still talking about these issues in a real, concrete, clear way, there would probably be no need for Tulsi. But there's a big need for Tulsi when you've got one guy who's 78 and had a heart attack last year, and another guy who is 77 and has onset Parkinson's or dementia or something wrong with him. I know you're not supposed to say that he's got something wrong, but Trump will, and you guys are all going to be blindsided. Oh, that mean, horrible Donald Trump. So you guys continue to belittle and demean Tulsi Gabbard. That's fine. That's fine. We all know the truth. You, sir, are not the truth. You are a lie. Your candidacy was a lie. Everything about you is a lie. The fact that you think you're like this up-and-coming rising star in your party, I got news for you. You're going nowhere. You're going nowhere. You'd be better off in the Republican Party. You'd be better off basically, taking the job with ABC as a news anchor and just, living off of that for the next 30 or 40 years, because that's really what you're looking for, right? That's what your future is going to be. You did a little springboard thing. Your campaign is a platform. Now you can, write books and do speeches, and all of these financial institutions can call you up and say, hey, Pete, want to do a commercial for us? Hey, Pete, want to speak before our conference? And we'll pay you, $10,000? Sure, I'll do that. So that's Mayor Pete's future. It's not in politics. I mean, his campaign, honestly, there are very few campaigns that I watched that I cringed at. His and Elizabeth Warren's campaign were the two most cringeworthy. Julian Castro, he's right up there as well, but these two people, I think, were just an abomination. And Tulsi Gabbard represents everything that's not Mayor Pete. All right, so, hey, Mayor Pete, funny joke, ha-ha. But guess who's laughing? Tulsi Gabbard, because she got more exposure because you guys decided to write her into your little bit. So, good work. Keep doing it, mainstream media. And Tulsi Gabbard, people are going to start asking, so why is Tulsi Gabbard still running for president? See, it's a trap. You fell for it. All right, I'm done. I'll be back soon. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and again, davidjspuria@gmx.com for PayPal donations, which, of course, I welcome. All right, see you soon.